What is up, everybody? It's Dr. Vibe here, host and producer of the award winning Dr. Vibe show, the home of Epic Conversations, and I'm the host of Epic Conversations. 2020, you know what? I got to change a bunch of stuff here. It's a different morning. 2018 Innovation Award winner, 2020 Best Podcast News Award winner given out by the Canadian Ethnic Media Association. I also co host and co produce the only online show in the world for dads, fathers, and male caregivers. It's sponsored by Dove Men Plus Care. And being part of that movement, we've reached out directly and indirectly to over 400,000 dads, fathers, and male caregivers around the world. And as always, I like to say you're blessed, highly favored, a magnet for miracles, and a solution for someone's problem. And as you can see, things are looking a little different this morning. Just give me a quick second. I'll get some things out of the way here. We're supposed to have that, but that is not happening this morning. So let's just go there. All right. The morning vibe is on this morning. I've had to change a number of things have happened this morning. So let me just get things first. Ryan won't be here. Dr. Tachi, who was scheduled to be here to talking about media, tech, and pop culture, she will not be here either. I did reach out to Roger Dundas. I sent him the link to be here, but hey, it's the day after Christmas for those who celebrate it. And I don't expect, if no one shows up, hey, whether it's Christmas or not, we're here, I'm here, etc., etc. So as you can see, there's a little bit of a different setup today. I am actually remote, not at the home base today, so doing a remote broadcast. But hey, we're here where we're at. We're here where we're at. So just wanted to chime in. Don't know how long we'll go for this morning. It all depends on you and how much you're willing to drive the ship today. But let me just put it this way. It was it's a quiet Christmas was nice yesterday. Visited some relatives, had a good time, had some really good food, had some turkey. Uh, Believe it or not, the first time in a long time was at a family gathering. I didn't eat any rice and peas. Believe it or not, I didn't eat any rice and peas, but had a really good. There was a part of the meal was Brussels sprouts, cranberries, really nice vegetarian dish was just on point. I do see there's some people in watching the live, so hey, check in with me. Just how's your holiday season? Are you celebrating? Are you celebrating? Are you not? Are you not? So basically, this is like a freestyle Friday. It's totally changed. As I said, just to check with everyone that's here. Dr. Tachi was supposed to be here. She's not going to be here. Ryan is supposed to be here. He's not going to be here. Roger Dundas, haven't seen him. He was supposed to be here, so we're just doing it. Hey, JG Mars, what is up? Merry Christmas to you and happy holidays. Thank you for checking in during the holiday season. Appreciate you 100%. As I said, I'm broadcasting remotely today. So I'm using, instead of my usual lighting, I'm using natural lighting from a screen. So I hope I look okay. So let me just check in with JJ Mars and how am I sounding? I'd love to know how I'm sounding these days. And here, yeah. So how does it look? The lighting okay? The sound okay? As I said, I'm from remote today, so I'd just love to get your feedback. So it's basically anything you want to chat about with Dr. Vibe today. It's open season. You know, are you reflecting? This has become the end of the year. Or what did you do for those who's good? Thank you, JJ Mars. Appreciate it. So JJ Mars and the other people, you've got me live for whatever period of time, probably about an hour, nothing more than that. Whatever you want to chat about. Got up this morning. I see that on Christmas Day, the U.S. attacked. Can't remember what country. Should look on my phone just to confirm the bombing attack on another country today. So on Christmas Day of all days, mm, I tell you, never stops. Never stops. So we got three people in the room hanging out right now. So good to see you. And yeah, so JJ Mars, you're here. What do you want to ask Dr. Vibe, and or any reflections you have, or are you taking some time off over the holiday period? Would love to know that. And if I know for sure Dr. Tachi won't be here, and for sure Ryan won't be here, Roger Dundas may or may not jump in. If he does, we'll certainly add him to the party. But other than that, it's you, me, and the rest of us against the world. So I'm glad it sounds good. How, TJ Mars, how's the video? How's the camera? Is there enough lighting? You can see me okay, etc., etc. Oh, more people are jumping in. Good. So you can, this is it's in the last, I'd say, 45 minutes turned into a freestyle Friday. So anything you want to talk about, you're driving the ship. Where's the digital background? Good morning, Frequency of Promotion. I am broadcasting remote today, sir. Good. JG Mars looks fine to me. Good. Yeah. Frequency Event Promotions. I'm a remote broadcasting day, so no digital background today. Just natural background. I'll assume that you are not in the Bat Cave. I am not in the Bat Cave. No, I am. I am definitely not in the Bat Cave today. I am not. So sorry to disappoint you. JG Mars says looks fine to me. Fantastic. Thank you for your thumbs up. Appreciate that. So I know JG Mars is here. I know Frequency Event Promotions is here. So, gentlemen, anyone else who's live, you can ask Dr. Vibe anything. Anything. So, we're doing remote broadcasts. So, to just going to bare bones today, natural lighting, different location. I got the thumbs up from JG Mars that I look and sound okay. So, I made sure last night at the location that everything was plugged in okay, using a different device to my usual setup, but Monday we'll be back to the look that Frequency Event Promotions likes, the full thing. But I've actually debated once, well, should I just go with a natural background or made a, and okay. So here's a question today: Frequency Event Promotions. How much can you bench press? I can't tell you that because I haven't done that in a long time. And it's funny, one of the things I will be reflecting over the holiday period is to get back into exercising a little bit more. I usually spend time doing cardio stuff, but it sounds like you're saying you're making a suggestion I should do the weight stuff. Interesting story in regards to that. A little while back, I don't know if people remember or know of an organization called Black Enterprise. Now, back in the day, it was called Black Enterprise Magazine, and they actually, oh, well, Frequency, you were there. They came to Toronto, and their senior vice president, Alfred E. Edmond. I won't say how old he is. He's over 50 years old. I'm not going to give his age. Um, he is a big time weights guy, and he goes into weight competitions, weightlifting competitions. There we go. And believe it or not, he has won all his awards past his 50 years old birthday. So he is really into that. And thank you for mine. I've got to send a follow up message with him. But yeah, so I haven't done that for a while. So I don't know how much I can bench press because I haven't done it for a while. Okay, let's do another conversation topic. See, the family's coming in today. So the question is, what's the best place in Canada to visit? I'm thinking about doing some international travel in 2026. Uh, okay, so a few things. Is weather a factor? Yes or no? So if you're looking for warm weather, I will suggest some places. There's some places I won't suggest because it's cold. So I preface you tell me if you're looking for warm, if you're a warm weather guy or a cold weather guy. Okay. So JG Mar says deciding between Canada and Brazil. Oh wow! If I have to be 100% honest, I would do Brazil. I would do Brazil. Canada is a great place. Brazil but with especially if you love warm weather and yeah, I'd say Brazil, but Canada's a good place too. Yeah, you said okay. So you said warm weather, definitely Brazil. Now and the funny thing is I don't know too many people who have gone to Brazil, so that's a really good thing. Don't know too many people who have gone to Brazil, so I say yeah, I go the Brazil route. I go the Brazil route, but there's a lot of great places in Canada. Now, if you want Canada in the summertime, there's a lot of good places. If you want vibrant and excitement, I would say Montreal is a good place in the summertime, especially with the Montreal Jazz Festival. If you're into music and jazz music and different varieties of types of music, Montreal summertime, Montreal Jazz Festival, top notch. And lots of good restaurants, though there are a lot of good restaurants in Toronto also. But I'd say go for the Brazil, go for the Brazil. But Canada is a good place too. All right, keep the questions coming. So the bench press thing, I can't tell you because I haven't done it in a while. The Yeah, I haven't done the bench press thing in a while, but it. Speaking of event promotions, I see you're pushing me to get some fitness done, which I need to do. So keep it coming. Keep the questions coming. So for those who celebrate, okay, hey, you are more than welcome. Thanks for the recommendations. I have not, as I said, I've not been to Brazil. But interesting, last night I was at a dinner and I was speaking with a lady, she's in her 70s. She has been to so many places: Germany, Turkey, China, um, all different places across Canada, which is fascinating. I just spent like 45 minutes just asking her and just having her share some of her travel journeys for business and some professional. That was wow. But and I had never met anyone who had been to Turkey before. That was really cool. She also been to Paris, been to London. It was crazy. It was out of bounds. Just so many different places. I that's one thing I want to do a little bit more is travel, though it is expensive. But I'm a firm believer, one of the best ways to find out about the world is travel. Traveling is great. Traveling, you can't go wrong with doing the travel thing. You cannot do wrong at all. So that is cool. What else we got going on this morning? What else we got going on? Talk to me out there, people. Tell me what is going on in the world today. But yeah, quiet morning. To be expected. Oh, it's Boxing Day today. The day after Christmas. Is anyone going out to do any Boxing Day shopping? Anybody? Anyone planning to go out do some shopping or buying today on Boxing Day? The madness. To me, Boxing Day is overrated. To be honest, if you are a good shopper and buyer, if you go throughout the year and you know pricing, you have to go out on Boxing Day. But I'm sure it's going to be a little bit crazy out there. Definitely a little bit crazy. But though, yeah, I don't need to. I'm just going to stay indoors and get out for a little bit because I try to get out at least 15 minutes each day to just get some fresh air, as per Carolyn Nicole, our nutrition expert that's on monthly. And actually, you know what? We're going to go to break. And when we come back, I'll tell you what I spent my day doing yesterday. Yeah, I did go out for dinner evening, which was an amazing dinner. But during the daytime, some interesting perspectives. So we will be right back on the morning vibe on Boxing Day 2025, 20, January, December 26th. And we'll be right back. And thanks for hanging in, whether you're live or on the replay.
Yo, peace. It's your guy, Jay Soul.
And it's Mark Vision in the building.
You are watching The Morning Vibe with Dr. Vibe and Ryan Knight.
Whether they chopping up the heavy stuff between themselves
Or bringing in people you need to hear from.
the goal's always the same: create a positive morning vibe.
So stay tuned and ride with it.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Watch Primetime Saturdays on Saturdays 5 p.m. Eastern, where Aisha K. Staggers and Laura Lala Key try to make sense of the nonsense in American politics and culture.
Okay, we are back on the morning vibe. Friday, December 26, 2025, the last Friday of 2025. We are here and we're doing a little remote live show today. So let's do some usual housekeeping stuff. Subscribe to the Dr. Vibe show on YouTube and hit the notification button. So hit that notification button and also subscribe. And for those who may or may not know, a little while back, we passed the 2,000 subscriber barrier, which is a big win, big win. And I wanted it to go a little bit over 2,000 subscribers so it saw it didn't fluctuate. So now I can officially say 2,000 subscribers on the morning, not the morning vibe, on the Dr. Vibe show. The Dr. Vibe show had over 2,000 subscribers. We are official now and realize that only 10% of all YouTube channels have over 2,000 subscribers. So thank you. Now, I know a lot of you watch live, but you don't subscribe and hit the notification button. So smash that recording button. Smash that notification and subscribe button. We'd like to hit at least 2,500 by the end of next year, if not sooner. Also, follow me on Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, Blue Sky, and TikTok and Substack. Also, join our Discord group. Please email me at dr.vibe at the drvibeshow.com. Also, you can punch that link that you see on your screen. Also, to advertise your business, product, or service on any of the platforms that I'm on, please feel free to email me dr.vibe at the drvibeshow.com. And what else we got going on? And though she is not here on your screen, she's always with us. Dr. Tachi runs a great platform of independent content creators called, Indie Soup TV. It's made of about 30 independent content creators. The platform itself has been on YouTube for about 2 years now and 28,000 subscribers. So, me, a little old 2,000 subscriber guy, Dr. Tachi, 28,000 subscribers. Now, realize only about 4% of all YouTube channels have over 10,000 subscribers. So, that is massive. All right, let's get back to it. So let's go here. Let's see if the machine will work here. There we go. We are back. Yes. So it's like a freestyle Friday. We're just hanging out with y'all today, and whatever you want to chat about. We had some questions asked of me a little while back, and I answered them to the best of my ability, right? So so bear with me today because this is one of these shows. Yeah, if I'm in my regular studio, it's easier to do, but I try to do some of the regular things like send things out, etc., in real time. So let me do this. Okay. Yeah, this is a little weird because there's some things that are not showing up that usually show up when I'm doing a show, and I'm going, yeah, how come that's not happening? Okay, we'll leave that be. All right. Maybe it's because I'm working on a different device. It's not allowing me to be as flexible as I usually am. So I'll leave it at that. All right. Comments. We got some more comments in here. I thought I did. No, this is weird. Okay, not the end of the world. All right. Just keep on smashing the comments. All right. Okay, so yesterday, some of the stuff that I did, I got up in the morning and made a phone call. Just bear with me here. Something's not happening here. Okay, there we go. Got something here from JJ Mars. All right, JJ Mars says too many dumb rappers attending their conventions being used as props. Okay, so I know what you're chatting about. If I'm correct, and okay, all right. So I believe JJ Mars, what you are talking about is Nicki Minaj's appearance at the Turning Point convention. A lot of interesting thoughts I have, and a great comment to bring up. Yeah, Nikki, yeah, not the greatest supporter of that. I'm going to add a little twist, though. During the Democratic uh, Kamala Harris, when she was running last year, and Megan the Stallion made an appearance at one of her events and began twerking. So my question would be, If Nicki Minaj would have showed up at a Kamala Harris event, would there be as much outcry from the black environment? Maybe because Nicki Minaj showed up at a conservative event and gave great love to the current president of the United States, right? What would happen if she showed up at a Democratic event and did that? And also, Megan the Stallion twerking during one of Kamala Harris's convention appearances or campaign appearances last year. I didn't think that was a great representation of people who look like me. And I think a bigger concern I have is that why is it always the political establishment when they are reaching out for people to speak who look like us on their behalf and support them? They're pick entertainers or athletes. Not not my cup of tea. Yes, I don't approve of Minaj approving 47, but I think it's just too much commonplace. It's the same old from both parties in the United States. I was chatting with someone about that yesterday, and she was telling me, "Yeah, I'm just tired of both the parties. They treat black people the same. They, we're a commodity. That's it. Bye. We're more than that." So, hope that gave you my take on that. All right, what did you learn in 2025? Well, since this is an open conversation, my mindset was doing this more in on Monday on mixed up Monday, so it'll be the last morning vibe for 2025. But one of the things I learned in 2025, um, even more giving myself grace, even more that I can have positive influence, not and let me go, positive impact, not influence, impact on other people. That I'm learning more than ever and enjoying it more than ever. That I learned that there's a lot of people, even more so, going through adversity. So many people, especially this time of the year, there's so much adversity going on. I learned that it's humble to be trusted and people to lean on me in a good way. I also learned that people better get their AI game, at least know about it, because it's moving fast and furious. And that also to a lot of people are losing their jobs and not talking about it. I was having a conversation yesterday with someone. We talked about half an hour that he knows of people who are like C-level executives who are getting cut out of the workplace. So there's some of the things, but also we can do chat more about today. We're also going to be chatting more about on Monday. All right, let's. Okay. JG Mar says black people would be more silent if it were the Dems. Both parties never want to talk with intelligent black men. 100% agree with you. 100% JG Mars. Neither of the parties want to talk to intelligent black Americans. 100% agree with that. Same old, right? If it's if we black individuals have to stop allowing themselves to be used. And just your other comment here, JJ Miller, yeah, Dems do the same thing. The same thing. They pick. They don't take intelligent black people to come out and speak on their behalf. It's always entertainers, rappers, same old, same old. I'm just really tired of it. Really, really tired of it. We we can allow ourselves to be used like that. It's just really, really, really weak. Got it, and that's only in United States, but also in Canada. Just a thought. Right, we got another comment here. All right, yes, AI is getting out of control, which is dangerous. Yeah, I agree with that. It is getting a little bit out of control, and I do see that the federal government, the U.S., has put. I know for his 47 put an executive order, but regulation. There'll be basically knocking out all state regulation of AI, which is not a good thing. Because saying that the U.S. federal government is basically the overseer of AI, not a good thing, especially with the shenanigans that are going on in that government and who has the authority over AI regulation. I've been doing some reading on that. some very questionable characters. Profit mode, right? So, yeah, I agree. AI is definitely out of control. All right, frequency event promotion says, where are the other panel guests? So I don't know. I think you may have come in late. So Ryan told me he couldn't make it. Roger Dundas, who I sent the link to, and we spoke to uh, up to yesterday, but I didn't remind him of the show. But I did send him a text this morning. Haven't heard from him. And then Dr. Tachi sent me a message early this morning saying she couldn't make it. So I am going, yes, Han Solo. I am going Han Solo. So this is what you got. I don't know if you're happy with what you got, but this is what you got. Okay, so I just got a message from Roger, says he'll be on in 10 minutes. So Roger will be with me in 10 minutes. That will be entertaining. Actually, am I set up to have Roger? Yes. Yeah. So we'll be good to go with Roger when he arrives. So if you want to hold on for a few minutes, you also. Okay. What am I expecting from 2026? More challenges? Are you talking from a micro or a macro perspective? Frequency event promotions. I guess that's my question. From micro or macro perspective. And if you can sort of give me a little bit more context, is that business, social, political? If you can give me a little bit more refinement, that would be fantastic. That's a very broad question. So I want to make sure that um, I give you an answer that you're expecting in the niche that you're expecting me to respond to. So it's a broad one. So if you can come back to me with a little bit more, that'd be great. Okay, let me message Roger back. So just bear with me a second, since I'm doing the thing this morning. Okay. Okay. No problem. That's good. Okay, that's all good. So you'll have Roger in a few months. So yeah. Okay, so you're basing that question on my own interpretation. Oh boy. On my own interpretation. Ah, good question. I think the first thing that comes to my alleged mind is there's going to be more struggle. There's going to be a lot of struggle in a lot for a lot of people in a lot of different areas. There's just going to be struggle in a lot of areas. My hope is that there's more collaboration. That is my hope, that there's more collaboration. Whether we get it or not, that's a whole other conversation. That's a whole conversation. One of the areas that I believe that is also going to rear more in 2025 is more and more and we did a 5-part series over this year about with Desiree King about black taking care of our black elders. That is going to become more and more of a subject coming up because more and more of our elders are getting older, and a lot of times their siblings or their younger relatives are not prepared physically, mentally, emotionally, and economically to take care of them. So that's one of the things. All right, Gigi Marsh says, I think unfortunately it'll be more unstable economic times. I believe so. I believe so. Let's just take a look in the past year. Look in United States where you are, J.G. Mars. Over 350,000 Black women became unemployed. That's a lot, and people don't think about it. In a lot of cases, those Black women are the major breadwinners in their families. So that's not just an impact on that, it's a family impact. That is an impact right throughout the Black environment. I believe there's going to be more stable times. I'm leaning to that way too, because I said a few minutes ago, I was talking to a close associate yesterday, and he knows a lot of people in all different sectors and all different incomes. He's saying, yeah, a lot of C-suite Black male executives jobs gone. He was mentioning there's a lady been a C-level executive, been unemployed for a year, and this lady has the qualifications. She has the qualifications. Yep, I believe that, yeah, tougher times are coming. Well, they're here, they're going to continue. The key is how are we going to react to it and how are you going to bounce back and prepare for the long game. So I agree. I believe tougher times are ahead. As I say in one of my outlines, sometimes you have to get smaller to get stronger. This is going to be for those who choose the smaller time is going to be a big thing right now. All right. Okay, bingo. What does collaboration look like for you? How to start collaboration among businesses that you see aligned? Question based on your own interpretation. All right. What does collaboration look like to me? And I'll just take what's going on in my life. First of all, it's based on relational, not transactional. Now, sometimes there's going to be collaboration that's pure transactional. That's great. But the best collaboration is based on relational, not transactional. Excuse me. Uh, like minded, definitely. Also, collaboration is the best for me. When not only whatever the parties are involved in the immediate collaboration win, but also the audience wins. It's got to be bigger than me, and it's got to be bigger than the people who are involved in the collaboration. Starting collaboration among businesses, that's a and let me just step back from that question. One of the things is there's a lot of, for lack of a better, a lot of Black trauma out there. And that's one of the biggest challenges, period, is there's a lot of Black trauma out there. A lot of people are just maybe don't want to, in the Black environment, want to do business with each other because of past experiences. And I hear those conversations. Believe me, I hear them. Again, I was chatting with a gentleman yesterday, and we were talking indirectly about this subject, about Black organizations in Canada. And I'll be totally honest here, which I don't think I'm not, is that there is an organization, I'm not going to mention them, and I attend their events twice to three times a year. Great events, and plus they invite me for free when it's like $500 a shot to go. And I've got more forward movement business mindset wise than for all the attempted and current collaborations I have with melanated organizations. There you go. There you go. I that there's I don't know. Sometimes I feel what we need to do is just lock the Black environment in a room and lock it and don't unlock it until we get a, a game plan and a commitment. And also, too, what it also gets down to frequency event promotions is that you just run with those who are ready to run with you. Not everyone is ready to run with you, and everyone has their own reasons that they may not be ready or not want to run with you. All right, she is in the house. Fitness IQ Cam, what is going on? Happy holiday season. Hope you are fine and safe. Just to do a reset for everybody. Supposed to have Dr. Tachi on. She's not available. Supposed to have Ryan on. He's not available. Roger Dundas, up until a few minutes ago, wasn't available. He says he's going to be in the next few minutes. So you've got me hand solo today. Hope you can tolerate me. So it's basically a Freestyle Friday, Ask Dr. Vibe Anything day. So I'm sure you're going to be going out shopping and buying today. Finance IQ Cam Unboxing Day. Hope you mash it up at the mall. All right. So good questions. Keep them coming. Keep them coming. And just to tell about everybody ahead of time. Okay. So, she says, Finance IQ Cam says, oh, we are somewhere else? Yes, I'm broadcasting remote just for today. Just for today. We'll be back in the normal setup on Monday for sure. All things being correct. But I like doing the remote stuff. It tests my flexibility of doing live broadcasting, so I don't have to be in my studio. I can do it from different areas. So that is what we're up to today. What did you miss? Nothing too much. I've given you a recap. She goes, absolutely not. She will not be doing the mall thing on Boxing Day today. Okay, so uh, Finance Like You Can, it's basically Ask Dr. Vibe anything until Roger comes in. Then you can ask Roger some stuff. Okay. You are waiting for the holiday to end. Why is that? What is the reason for you waiting the holiday to end? Very curious about that. And it's interesting. People say, oh, Dr. Vibe, do you take holidays? I do, but believe it or not, over the last few days, I've been doing a lot of content creation because there's less distractions. So most of the day today, I'm just going to be doing content creation stuff for the rest of this year and for next year, strategic planning, because there's no distractions. And I don't have any dinners to go to today. So it's a content creation thing. Okay. How do you nurture business relationships that you see complement each other? So how do I do it? I do check-ins. That's what I do. So I will just touch base with people and just say, how you doing? And it's not even a business thing, just to find out how they are doing, because I'm a relationship based person first. I'm believing that if you're not good, your business has a bigger chance of being good and being right. So check-ins. um, I would always say keep abreast of what's going on in the industries that you're passionate about. Make sure you subscribe to some uh, sites or online communities. That's communities. I didn't say about, or let me just say online environments. There was a lot of, so you keep abreast of what's going on, because you can't be city pulse. You can't be everywhere. Having a good general knowledge of a lot of things is great, because you're going to meet a lot of different people. And even if you have a basic knowledge of what they're talking about, that'll get you going. That'll get you going. I believe also, uh, when someone that you know of, if they have a success, congratulate them on it. Even if it's a little success, congratulate them on it. But doing regular check-ins with your core is very important. That to me is key. That's yeah. I sent messages to some people yesterday who I hadn't seen for a while, and they really appreciate it. I'm going to be sending more today. So this is a time to me of great frequency of promotion. Is a great time to do relationship building. End of the year, checking in on people during the holidays, because not everyone, believe me, the people I've communicated with over this holiday more of them are going through challenging times than good times. Be there, especially be there with people when they're going through challenging times. Everyone's with someone when they're doing great, great, great. It's when the challenging times that's really key. Just a thought. That's my take. So Fitness IQ Cam is saying how frequency promotes this, so they're reaching out to each other because they're both powerful people. Okay, you never received nothing. You didn't get any gifts for the holiday season. Not even your sorrow. No, you didn't receive anything. I don't believe that. Well, I don't believe that. If it's true, that's unfortunate. So there you go, Christopher. You got your answer. I know you love your. Actually, interesting enough, and I think you've spoken about it in the comment section over the last few weeks. I'm hearing more and more people wanting to do in-person events. I'm hearing more and more talk of people wanting to do in. I was in a conversation yesterday with a gentleman. In-person events. He wants to schedule something. Okay, so and frequency event bunch of just I'm liking your message. Okay, you're saying okay. I did not send you a message yesterday. Yes, I know that I was out a little late, but I will be actually going to be calling you today. I'll probably give you a ring after this show today and just see how powerful you're being over the holiday season. But I did get your message yesterday. Thank you very much. One of the areas I want to be even better next year is following up with with messages within 24 hours. Was a need to get better at that. But one thing I am good at is most of the time is prioritizing messages. So yes, you will be hearing from me today. Fitness IQ Cam. Now it's interesting. Roger Dundas said he was going to be with us. 29. Okay, we'll see if he joins us. He said he was going to join us. We will see. We got enough of vibe flowing here. Okay. Okay. There we go. Did someone say in-person events? Stay tuned in. Yes. Well, frequency. We see you are doing the in-person events as this year comes to a close. Who knows? You may even see something Dr. Vibe doing an in-person event this year. You may even see that. Actually, one of the reflections of 2025 is that it is more and more challenging for Black focused organizations and Black business to get money. And I'll be pretty straight on this. As I say to some people, and I say to a lot of people, the George Floyd blood money is gone. If you notice, there's a lot of there was a period of time there was a lot of money going to Black organizations, not as much anymore, to the point where those three letters DEI, diversity, inclusion, equity, used to mean a lot for a period of time in the last years. It meant people who look like myself. That's changed. I know a number of organizations, I'm sure you have, if whether you're watching this live on the replay, have cut their DEI initiatives or here's the thing, here's the buzzword now in corporate world. It's not diversity more, it's inclusion. I know someone who works in an organization. They had a supplier diversity program, and ever since 40, and they do business in the United States also. They've had to change it to a inclusive supplier program. So it's not targeted focusing on people of color. Now it's various cultures or backgrounds or whatever you want to call it. Oh, and you see, there's Mr. Frequency Event Promotions. It says, let me know how Frequency Event Promotions can assist you on a plan development, a start to end process. Okay. Yeah, I've wanted to do an in-person event ever since the pandemic ended. It's just different. It's in my alleged mind here. It's just the right environment, the right place. I know the topic I'd like to do it on. So there you go. So Frequency Event Promotion says, glad you're here, TTYS. Talk to you soon. Does that mean you're leaving already, Mr. Event Promotions? You're going out? Oh, look at this. Let's schedule a discovery call. When the time is right, when I'm at that mindset, we'll do the discovery call. We'll do that discovery call. Okay, family, you are letting it flow good. So, any bets on whether Roger Dundas is going to show up or not? Any bets? So, definitely, I'm going to hang around for a little bit more time because there are people in here and you're keeping the conversation going. You're driving the ship, I'm just steering the ship, right? So, okay, love this. There you guys, you just keep it flowing. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Oh, look at this. I'll follow up you in a couple of days to do a pulse check with your idea if that's okay. Sure. No problem. No problem. So Frequency Event Promotions, here's a question for you and anyone that's in the chat right now. What first of all, are you using AI? And this are you using AI? Let me just put that because I don't want to ask two questions at once. So are you using AI? Okay, let's do another. Okay, let's. Oh, he is here. Have no fear. He is here. Let me set the legend up. Hold on here. All right, he is here. Have no fear. There he is. Yep.
Good morning, sir.
Greetings and salutations. What is going on, sir?
Happy Boxing Day. Hope you had a Merry Christmas
Yeah, it was good.
yesterday.
It was relaxing and had some really good food last night. I had I here and I was saying at the beginning, for the first time at a family get together, I did not eat any rice and peas.
They didn't have rice and peas at the Christmas dinner I was at yesterday. They didn't have actually. Hold on a second. Did they have rice? I didn't think they had rice. They had potato salad, turkey.
Turkey I had. There was a
I,
great
I yeah. I
I had
brought
a
chickpeas.
yeah, I had a great concoction of Brussels sprouts, cranberry, tzatziki or yogurt sauce, and there were
Hmm.
some other things. It was all vegetarian. I could have ate. I ate like a pile of that and some turkey and a little bit of stuffing. That's all I ate.
Yeah, there was some amazing conversation as usual.
Oh,
Uh,
what was banging on the conversation table?
you know, the thing that got everybody really talking was should women propose to men?
Wow. How
Yeah.
come you didn't invite me? Well, okay, there we go. So, okay, so there's for those people who don't know, this is the one and only Roger Dundas of buyblacks.com. But you know what? I just say Roger Dundas because
Yeah, you
Roger
know what?
Dundas is more important than buyblacks.com and it came before
100%.
buyblacks.com. So let me just check up. People are saying Fitness IQ Cam says Roger Hola.
Hola! One of my favorite people in this entire world. I
Well,
love that
such a
woman.
powerful woman, you know.
She's a good
Um,
woman, and we need to talk next week. Next week is when we need to finalize our business, hopefully. Yeah,
okay, before
we
you
have
came
stuff
on, just
going
some
on.
other comments here. JJ Marr says, I was just talking about the conservatives. I'm trying to
Hmm.
see this here. Have become very innovative when the issue of inclusion of diversity. Their strategies include various levels of right-wing activism. So we were talking about the disappearance of DEI and diversity programming, especially in the corporate world. And JJ
Yeah.
Marsh, just to give you some insight, right? He's based in Colorado.
I, I,
So he
I was just. Go
go
ahead.
ahead.
Sorry.
No, go ahead, Roger.
No, I was just watching a video, and the video was it was an American black judge in a parking lot. Apparently, she had gone to a shop, and a white police officer had accosted her And even after she demonstrated that she was the owner of the car, everything, he still wanted to arrest her and everything. And somebody in the comments was saying further down about diversity. Sorry, there's another video that I saw. It led me on to this other video that was talking about diversity and DEI. And obviously, you know that my wife is a DEI consultant. But they
No,
were
I
saying
wouldn't.
that
No, no, I say
diversity has been
expert. I wouldn't even say consultant. Expert.
expert. But the thing is, what the person was saying is that diversity and DEI is a corporate construct, right? It's not really something that the people who it's serving, what's the best way to put it? It's a negative, positive thing. And I don't know if the two things just cancel out at the same time because you're trying to educate somebody on how to treat somebody better. As a diversity. That's what I've seen in most of the policies and fight for equity. But the people who have the power don't want equity.
No, and you know what?
They
I'm
want
not,
to maintain power.
and it doesn't surprise because who wants to give up what they have,
No, no, no,
right?
no.
Right? Who
What,
wants to
what,
who wants to give up what they have,
why am I giving away my children's legacy? Nobody
right?
wants to do that, right?
100%, 100%. And they're not. Obviously not. I think,
I see the
and
comments here.
yeah, frequency of member says absolutely not. I think their tradition should be maintained. Or, whose tradition?
Oh, she's talking about the proposal.
He. No, no. This is frequency of promotions.
Yeah, you see,
Oh,
I
oh,
don't follow in my comment about
okay,
the.
yeah. Okay, tradition. Okay, all right. So frequency of, okay, I sort of jumped. So she goes, should women propose to men? Hmm.
All right,
So what,
so
what was the banter going on during the conversation? This is a good topic. Go ahead.
you know what? Most people were definitely for men proposing to women, right? So I was I'm always the outlier. I'm always the
I'm with
outlier,
you on
right?
this one.
So my argument is this: you can have a man propose to a woman or a woman propose to a man. At the end of the day, is it a good marriage? The proposal is just the very beginning of going into that contract, for want of a better word.
It
So
is.
if the woman, and I want to put it this way, let's say the woman, okay, my daughter wants to be a vet. So chances are, if she's a vet and she's a good one, she's going to be making 300,000 or whatever, right, a year. And the guy that's dating her is probably making, let's say he's a analyst or whatever, he's making 100,000, right? Still two decent salaries, right? But he may not feel as if he's good enough for her financially.
Hmm.
And the two of them may have an awesome relationship. I'm talking about in the future now where this dude is coming and taking me to my doctor's visits and, you know what I mean? He's integrated. He's a good guy. Why shouldn't she propose to him if she wants to solidify this thing? This is what I'm saying.
I'll add to that. If I would have been on that table, I would have said based on what.
Well, we went through this whole thing, and I said, the whole thing, there was another conversation piece about weddings and whether
Oh boy.
people who are mature, like, you've been married before, and you're getting married a second time, should you wear a veil? Should you wear a white dress? All these conversations. I'm saying, all of that construct is colonialism. That's not how African peoples used to get married. We never wore those things in our traditional culture. That's not our culture. That's a Eurocentric culture.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That question, based on what?
Yeah, I know.
Right? Based on what? Just
Yeah,
because you're doing something over and over again, is it the right thing to do? You think about it, right? Oh, so
it's insane.
frequency of no, Fitness IQ Camp says yes, Roger. On meeting next week. Um,
Yes.
Fitness IQ Camp says, I see it that way, Roger. So the question for me, if the lady proposes, does she lead mostly?
Not even necessarily. That's like saying that two people have a deal, have a business deal, and the person who initiates the business deal is the one that's going to lead on the business deal. It doesn't necessarily work that way.
Yeah, I'm more and more these days when someone gives me a one word, I say, what does that look like? What does that feel like? When you say
Hmm.
lead, what does that mean?
Yeah.
Right?
Uh,
When someone says, I want to be a success, what does that look like? Who's impacted? You got to give me more than that. What do you mean by lead? Because the best
yeah.
relationships are the people complete each other, not compete with each other.
Ah, wow, 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 wow. There's Dr. Vibe dropping.
Right? 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 Because if it becomes
Say that again one more time.
the best relationships are when, and whether it's business, well, whatever, romantic, is when people complete each other, not compete with each other.
I love that.
Right? So the like, for example, Roger and myself, there are things that Roger is better at than I'm at, and vice versa. And we recognize that and we acknowledge that and we accept it and receives us, and it makes both of us better and the people
100%.
around us better.
100%. 100%.
Right? So people have to stop using their energy going out,
Yeah,
and focus on, think about what do you have in common, what you don't have, and what you don't have in common can be used for an advantage for the bigger
100%.
good.
100%. And typically in a business relationship, you are hiring the person that has the better skill to do something that you need to get done, right? Whether it's a financial advisor, a lawyer, a doctor, whatever it is, you just don't have that skill. Or you don't want to, like in my case, like for years, I didn't want to do accounting. So I hired accountants. Now I'm back in the accounting field as well, working side by side with accountants, but still not doing certain services, right?
Yeah. Oh,
So
you
it's
would
a
have loved it.
completion thing, yes.
You would
Not a
have loved
competing.
this. You would. Okay, let me, another story I'm going to share about. So frequency of information says, re DI might take on this. Does it really take a million years to get things right?
Right. That's a powerful question. It is a very powerful question because the truth is, where is DEI relevant? That's the first question. Where is it relevant? It's not relevant in Jamaica. There's no DEI in Jamaica. It's not
Nope.
necessary. It's not necessary in Nigeria, Ghana, South Africa, maybe a little bit. So you know where I'm getting at, right? It's where you have a majority of a certain ethnic background, and there's other ethnic backgrounds there that don't achieve the same level of advancement that the primary ethnic background is achieving, right? And then you start to wonder why is that, and then you realize that it's the DEI framework, it's institutionalized racism or discrimination, and then you're trying to change hearts and minds of people to accept that we're all equity, we're all equal, right? So that's how I see the framework working.
Okay. Okay. So Roger, let me ask you this: if a certain group of people have something,
Mhm,
and a few moments ago I said that I don't expect them to give me anything because
mhm,
they want to keep their own. Where does DEI fit in that? Because more and more I realize these days, especially people like us, if we get more, that's great, but we don't want to lose what we have.
mhm. Hmm. So I think that the challenge is always in the DEI framework is the person. There's a person, another person that's not from the primary ethnic group
Yep.
that is qualified to do the work of somebody in that primary ethnic group, but they're not being hired or included or awarded any contracts because
True.
they're not with that primary
True.
ethnic group and not for any other reason, right? There's no other reason other than the fact that they just don't belong, is how they typically frame it. Now, obviously, I have thousands of stories from Camille, but one of my favorite ones, as an example that she gave. was with the Punjabi team member who was working in a tech company who his religion prevented him, well, not prevented, but he didn't drink,
Yep.
right? And the primary group of people, they wanted to go out on a Friday and have drinks after work, and they invited him, and he said, "Well, that's not my thing." And they're like, "What? What's wrong with that? Just come and have a drink." So you get what I'm saying? They just they're so ignorant, right? It's like saying, "Okay, I know you don't drink, but come and just drink with us at work because we want to drink. So you need to come and drink as well." It's yeah,
It's interesting. It's like that old thing that um, if you get high up in business, you need to learn to golf because a lot of deals are made on the golf course.
bull crap. Bull.
That
You know,
used to be. I don't know if it's as much now.
yeah, you see Elon Musk going and making deals on the golf course. Hell no.
Right?
Bill Gates, Warren
No.
Buffett, those guys. Nah, man, that's
All
the
right.
super
So
level.
Fitness IQ count says, "Okay, love, Mr. Love Doctor vibe." But it's interesting. There's a guy that always says, "Oh, doc, you're Doctor Love." I go, "No, I'm Doctor Vibe." He goes, "No, but you sound like you're full of your." No, I'm Doctor Vibe, but I'll take the Doctor Love. I can roll with that. JJ Mars says, "I was raised very traditional. A lady proposing marriage would be viewed as desperate."
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, JJ Mars, I know that's what they think about, and then they die a spinster.
Ouch!
Right? I'm
Ouch!
just saying, if there's a
Ouch!
moment where there's that person that you feel like, hey, this person is for me, but this guy's just not moving the needle fast enough. Why not move the needle? If he's a good guy, or you know what? Forget guy. If she's a good woman, because it could be a same-sex couple, right? It could be anything. So, well, in the same-sex couple is different because the tradition is not the same, right?
Well, it's interesting. A gentleman who had become more oriented with earlier on frequency event promotions was saying, what did I learn in 2025? I started to, from the non-drama side, take more looking in the whole area of relationships. And one gentleman who I watch a lot now these days is Scott Galloway. There's and people can
Yeah,
be, and he said that in general, men marry down socioeconomically where women marry up
yeah. That's
socioeconomically.
it's changing. It's changing a lot. No, it's changed. I see it more.
Mm,
I see it more active. I mean, just based on the people I'm seeing getting married, where they're more almost equally, paid.
yo,
Yeah, equally
there.
paid and everything. So
Okay.
it's not as much as before. Definitely, definitely. The secretary would be marrying the business owner, or the nurse would be marrying the doctor, or the legal assistant would be marrying the lawyer. You know what I mean? It was always that dynamic. Although, even on my son's soccer team, there are two families I know of where the woman does not work,
Interesting.
and one is a South Asian Caribbean
Okay.
family, and the other is they're from England originally.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. So
so
JGMR says not saying it's okay. Hold on. There we go. Not saying
we're
it's
watching
right
them
or
now.
wrong. Okay, about that
No,
tradition.
no, absolutely not. No, absolutely
Um,
not.
Oh, see, Dundas comes in, he lights up the chat. Okay, so fitness, JJ Mars. I think that's what a good amount of people would think, as well as desperate. Okay,
Yeah,
all right. And
yeah.
she also says, I don't think it would be nice to force someone to drink like that. No, I don't. We don't think it's fair. And she goes, spinster. I spinster. Okay. And fit she goes, I definitely see it differently as well. All right. Oh, don't know exactly what that is, but we
That's
got it.
You better bring her on.
She is too high up to come on this show.
Ouch. Ouch, ouch, ouch,
She is
ouch,
too
ouch.
high up. She's
Oh my
too high up.
God.
But so you see, because whenever I've been in a conversation with Roger, it's always fantastic because it's always Roger has a way of poking the bear, right?
No, no, but I'm not even. I wasn't. To be honest, yeah, I wasn't poking a bit. It was my friend's daughter, and we were. And she's beautiful, and we were lamenting the fact that I guess she still hasn't found somebody, right?
Right.
So I posed a question. I posed a question to them. Because they're talking about relationships and how men should behave and all
The
of that.
thing,
So
see, whenever I hear that, I always one of the questions I always ask is she ready?
I think she's ready.
Okay.
I think she's 100% ready. Yeah, but
Okay.
to be fair too, I mean, the from what I observed, the younger folks, and I'm saying 30 and under, right? 30 and under, finding love in Toronto is challenging,
You know
right?
what? Can I add on? I think you may want to increase that age because I hear people older than that.
Yeah, I was just about to say that, but I wanted to start with the younger folks
Yep.
first
Yep.
because the typical construct of this relationship thing is really high school, yeah, even whatever. But in college, universities, when you're supposed to meet that person, right? That was the old school way, and then it changed to, well, okay, we're gonna burn that thing, and we're gonna meet people in the workplace. When you start working, and then it shifted over to online dating, and yeah, it's just been morphing to
Yeah,
different
look,
versions of that. Yeah,
so Fitness IQ Cam goes, oh gosh. And she says she's shy. So yeah, here's a person who hosts her own weekly show and she says she's shy.
she's
Okay.
shy. She's
Is
shy.
she?
Yeah, I'm an introverted extrovert.
And she also said she may never say that she wants to be. Yeah, okay. I knew I could get a rise out of you. She goes, the dating pool is interesting. You know what? I've heard that comment in so many different ways over the last few years, especially from melanated ladies.
Yeah,
I have heard so many. She goes from what my friends say. Oh, okay, yeah, I have heard that the dating pool is quite interesting.
yeah,
It's
interesting. Yeah,
and I think, and I'm concerned about that, especially with melanated people, because that's where I can relate from best. How that's impacting our future generations.
well, they're saying that there's going to be a future generation of light skinned folks
Yep.
because more and more black African background um, people, whether male or female, are dating outside the race. So, I know Umar Johnson doesn't like it, but
Oh no, you're kidding. He doesn't.
no, he doesn't like it. But
You're equated to a certain animal.
as the great Carl Cassell would say, love is love. Love is just love, man. Whoever you love, at the end of the day, just like the example with a proposal, as long as you can love and have a great relationship, doesn't matter what the
Oh,
genesis of it was.
oh, here we
It,
go. Fitness IQ Cam is in on us now. Huh, what advice would you give young ladies and gentlemen when it comes to dating?
don't meet in a club. Yeah, but on a serious note, the best way to meet someone is in a in a in a setting where you can actually look into the person's eyes and have a conversation with them and see what not be pressured, right? So
Okay.
small gatherings I find are amazing. I've seen that work out for so many different people. Like there's so many people that I've introduced that got married and are dating and all of
Yes,
that. So
I know
that's
some of those
yeah,
people. Yep. Yep.
yeah, that met in a smaller, environment, and just and then they clicked,
So
right?
Fitness QCAN goes LMAO.
Yeah,
uh,
yeah, yeah. That's what I feel. Yeah.
a week I could go on for about an hour about this, but I'll just do some things, top quick hits off my alleged mind. Before you invest, investigate.
Mhm. Yes, I
Uh,
heard that one.
Second of all, have a friendship before you have a relationship.
Sometimes it moves so fast that the relationship jumps in front of the friendship. But
Yeah,
at the end
well,
of the day, you still need to have a friendship.
exactly,
Yeah.
right? Um, I think if a relationship starts getting heavy, people need to realize you don't if it's getting serious, you don't date the person, you date the family, right? All right. These are just quick hits. I could go real deep on each one of these, but these are
Wow.
just quick hits. Um,
I,
you,
I, I am opposed to that. I feel like you date the person and not the family.
I
You're
think
with the
that
person because you
okay,
can
you
technically,
may date the person, but you marry the person and the family.
yes, you do, but you can actually extrapolate yourself from the family. You can live a life without being around the family.
You
If
can,
Yeah, I
but
mean, and I don't do that. I'm just saying
thank
because
you. You can,
females,
yes, you can do that.
females,
So
brothers,
yeah,
sister, cousins, whatever.
yeah,
Everybody.
you can do
Yeah,
that, but it may in many cases that makes the hill a lot steeper,
yeah, yeah,
right? You can do
yeah,
that. Fully agree. You
yeah.
can. I think another thing too is if that person, especially in the dating phase, if they support you doing your worst, right?
Yep,
If they are with you during your worst or when you're going
yeah,
through a challenging time,
yeah.
that that shows that there's some good potential there because we all want to be around with people when things are
Yeah.
going
Here
great,
were the friends.
right?
Here were the relationships. Yep.
Johnny Gill,
Yeah,
right? Right? But who's around you when things aren't going well?
yeah.
That is key. So those are just quick hits. And with what you're saying about people who look at dating and marrying out of race, which leads to another question: what is the black culture going to look like in 50 years? Then exactly,
Just,
exactly,
that's saying. Yeah,
right?
but
I'm not.
again, these things are different because when you go into, I can use Jamaica as an example.
You see, done. You see, done. That's what you've done now. You have lit up the chat. You know that
When you go to Jamaica, it's 96% black people. It's going to stay
that
pretty
way.
much that way,
Yeah, but
right?
here I'm
You go to
talking like
Ghana, and it's the same thing.
yeah.
I was even commented and saying to somebody that, and these are the type of conversations we have, right? That the average white Jamaican does not marry outside of that ethnic background.
Yep.
You heard me. So they're just intermarrying. They say they have 20 families down there that control most things, right? And they're just intermarrying. They're not marrying into. They're not marrying black people. They didn't want to marry South Asian, Chinese. Nothing. They are staying in their white group.
Okay, let's move on here. JG Mar says, I have friends who have told me that women hitting on them once they get up in years, but these same women would have never talked to them in their younger days. Very interesting.
Jesus. Yes, true.
JJ
True.
Mars, you're coming in. You're coming
I
in with that.
I experienced that. I experienced that personally. And yeah, when they're younger, they're hot. You can't talk to them. You can't. You can't. And then when they get older now, and maybe they had a kid, they didn't get married, or that, and suddenly the cards look different, and you have progressed and they have not.
You know, it's I may get into a story here of someone I know. I don't know if I'm going to go there. We'll see. We'll see. Fitness IQ count goes, watcha. Love Roger connection.
Yeah, man, anytime. Come on, man. We've had
Okay,
conversations.
yes. JG Mar says clubs are not good for long term relationships. Yep,
I've
true.
never dated somebody that I met in a club. I was even
Uh,
saying it to my wife the other day. I said, never happened.
no.
Never.
Um, so look at this. Fitness because before you invest, investigate. Okay, there you go. And
Yeah.
she goes, ooh, sounds like she liked that. All right.
Mhm.
And she goes, also dating the family E. Frequency
Yes.
of your promotions. I thought you had disappeared. Obviously, you are still in the jam here. All right. Going, I'm having a little bit difficult because the size. It's quite interesting. There are single people in Toronto. I think this is high hill. What? I
This is a
understand
high
that.
hill.
I understand
High
that.
hill.
Okay,
Yeah.
let's see.
But
JG
there,
Mark.
yeah.
Okay, she says, Fitness says it's cause saying men are the hunters. That's what ingrained into us. Then we realize bun this. Oh, yo, when are you coming on live, girl? When are you coming on live? Line of the day.
Oh
Bun
my
this.
God.
Bun
That's
this.
it right there, though. That is it right there. That's what I'm saying. Why are we just staying with these? It's traditional
Say
behavior.
yeah, let's say says who?
Yeah, it's
Says
just a
who?
tradition. It's almost like a ritual.
Well
Just
then
like that
what?
whole ritual of you get down on your knee and you propose. It's a ritual.
Yeah.
It comes from somewhere. You wear a veil during your wedding. All of that was centered around the woman being a virgin and
Yep.
see. It's very ritualistic. Everything.
100%. No, 100%. Yeah, very much rich. I would, for lack of a word, I even call it programming.
Oh, jeez. Oh, wow.
So, okay, then fitness at good counts. We don't know it's a good match until dealing with seasons.
Mm. Which seasons? Winter, spring.
That's crazy dealing with seasons. No, I just we gotta host something. What is Black culture gonna look like in 25 years?
25 years.
The way
Wow.
the way things are trending now.
Yeah.
How's it gonna look in 25 years?
Before I got married, in response to Fitness IQ, before I got married, my doctor, right, he said to me, if you are dating somebody and you're having conversations, right, with that person, ongoing, so dating is about having conversations, right, and get to know the person. Within 6 months, you should know whether you want to marry that person or not, because you should have asked all the important questions, right, and tried to be around them in different situations where you can evaluate that person and
There you
determine
go.
whether you want to. If you are not talking to that person on a regular basis, like people who are texting now and they text you today and then you don't respond in 3 days, that's not the person for you. That's absolutely not the type of person that you want.
Well, though, it's interesting though because you can have situations where people have had previous experiences they don't like being. I guess one of the questions, whether it's in business or whether it's relationship wise, what's your best method of communication I can contact you on, and how comfortable you are with the communication? Because some people, you quickly respond. They're not used to that. That's like, whoa, you're
Yeah,
too much on me.
but remember, my first thing is that you should be meeting with this person in person.
Oh yeah,
So you should be seeing them physically. So it shouldn't even be a phone text
no,
relationship type
no,
thing. You should be making an
exactly.
effort, unless you're crazy enough to try long distance relationships, which one of my friends way back in the day, he would say salt water corrodes any relationship, any long
Ba,
distance.
ba, 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 ba,
so, so that's
ba.
a no no. Although I've seen people do it and then they're married today and still together. So I,
Well,
there was a couple actually that were in a long distance relationship. There's an older woman too. Her husband died. I think she told me it was either this year or last year. This woman is like
uh
50.
oh, uh oh, uh oh, you're in trouble.
Yes, I want to be in trouble.
Here we go.
Yeah, I that's a personal choice, right? Because again, I like the physicality, of seeing the person and just watching tea or just eating together or whatever it is that you do, even just having that body in the bed, whether nothing is going on, but just to know that hey, there's somebody else in this house
Okay.
that is here.
Oh, man, frequency is in a too now. It says, well as technology changes, so will our environment. I guess the question here, Dr. Vibe, is perhaps what we want. What do we want our culture to look like?
I would love our culture to be more like a community than the constellation that it is right now. I think
There
that
you go.
for Canada,
Yep.
um, the community is disjointed. There are
It's
too many fractions in the
neighborhoods.
well, too many. There's too many. You know, Muslim against Christian, straight against gay, homophobic people. Uh, East Africans against West Africans, East Africans against East Africans, you know, Jamaicans against the entire Caribbean. There's too much factor. There's too much of that when really we should be more united to create a better black economy, right, and supporting more black-owned businesses. Right, so that's my thing. I mean, that's what I would want our culture to look like. So that when Obsidian does a play, for example, right, that theater is full of black people, and non-melanated people shouldn't even be able to. I'm not saying that they shouldn't come. What I'm saying that we should be supporting Obsidian to the level that we're buying every ticket for every production that they put on, and that's not what happens. We
No,
never
yes.
know it's happening because they don't come on the Dr. Vibe show and they don't advertise consistently with any black media that I can see, right? So, right, but they're the one of the best theater companies in Canada right now, black theater company. So that's just an example, you know. So that's the thing, the cultural thing, and culture to me relates to like arts and entertainment and all that, and then of course the business culture and everything else.
Well, again, their ice is colder. Um, yeah, it must be. All right.
Oh, man.
So here we go again, man. Dundas, you're turning it up. We need you every Friday at least now.
Yeah, no, I'm
Fitness
here every
IQ.
Friday, man.
All right, you're going. Fitness IQ says, let me ask another question. Just a random question. Do you think non-monogamy relationships should be introduced or more advertised?
So non-monogamy means that you have multiple people that you are in
Involved
sexual
with?
relationships with, right?
Hmm.
Should we introduce or more advertise? That's up to the person. I
Yeah,
mean, there's no,
individual.
yeah, that's up to individual. I know people who are in those types of relationships. People who are married and swing or whatever the case may be. That's up to them. If they're comfortable with that, yeah. And the thing is, I there's no judgment, right? If two adults consent to doing that, then it's fine. The problem is most times there's somebody that's not telling the truth, right?
Yeah, and there's
When
someone
you're
who
right,
someone who is quietly isn't happy with it, and all of a sudden they go off the deep end.
right. So if everybody is in agreement, then I'm all for it. There's nothing wrong with it, right? It's like even as I said, my views are very different from a lot of people. It's like even sex workers, right? Oh, everybody, like sex worker, this stuff. If the woman or man, right, was is of their independent self to provide these services to other humans, and it doesn't have a John or somebody beating them up to get money and forcing them to do it, then do it. It's serving a need, right? That's what they're doing. I'm not. It's no judgment. You can make money that way, and it's legal. Go ahead and do it. But that's not how a lot of it works, right? It
Right.
doesn't work out. Most of what we've seen is human trafficking cases and people being forced to do things, and there's
Mm,
somebody,
mm.
behind the whole thing, like what we saw in that documentary recently that 50 Cent did.
Got it. Next up, J.G. Marr says, what will black culture look like in the future due to intermarriage is fueling a lot of hate in America from the right wing, fear of genetic cleansing.
Americans are a special breed, eh? It's not just America though. I mean, it's
No,
it's in
it's
it's in
Canada
Canada,
too.
it's in UK, it's in
It's
Spain,
all over.
France, it's all over.
It's all over. And the funny thing is, people need people need to realize that the continent that's going to be the driver in the future is Africa. Africa has is the continent with the biggest percentage of people under 30 years old, more than any other continent.
And natural resources as well.
Yes, and people may you may not be old enough, but people like Bill Gates many years ago were saying we got to reduce the birth rate, reduce the birth rate, reduce the birth rate. Africans didn't do that, and now they have resources of human capital more than
Hmm.
any other
Hmm.
to handle the growth surge that content is happening going on with.
Yeah, but you see, this is interesting. Again, another J.J. Mars, great question. That the intermarriage, because love is love, right? Love is just love. People get to the point where they love the
I,
human.
I,
Not
I so Roger, but can love be separate from
complete.
economic economy and the fate of a culture?
Yeah, I mean, that's for another show.
Yeah, no, it is. It is. It is. It is.
For
And
another show.
and just saying, I would love to do, preferably a live show with intermarriage couples and relationships and go in,
Hmm.
right? Really be honest and go in and get honest responses. So, and they would feel comfortable in asking some of the questions that I would like,
So,
not so much me, but people who ask me
yeah.
about these things that
So
I'd ask them.
here's an interesting thing about that, what J.J. Mars asked. Are there, because I think it's a he or she, I don't know.
JJ Mars is
A
a great
gentleman.
supporter of
Okay.
the Dr. Vibe show. Great long
Okay.
time supporter.
J.J. Mars, you say right wing. Are you saying that the right wing is only white people? Because
Mm.
you do have right wing black people like Candace Owens, right?
Who's in an
So,
interracial marriage?
who's in an interracial marriage? Exactly. So, is it just that? Is it just the white right wing?
Hmm. All right, let's. Okay, frequency of air promotions. Man, it's kicking here, man. He says, to be honest, single people do not believe in exchanging phone numbers anymore. The new thing is vetting a person through social media. This is all well if you this is if
Wow.
all while you graduate to phone number exchange, etc. And you know what? And the same thing, I was having a conversation yesterday. Most of the time now, when you meet somebody, after you meet them in person, the first thing you do is a lot of people just, whether it's business or personal, people jump on their social media.
Yeah. I only have LinkedIn, and of course, because I do mixes, I have Mixcloud and SoundCloud as well. Um, but that's, yeah. So
Well,
yeah,
for me, I'd say 98% of the stuff I put
it's business.
is business. If you
Yeah,
want to know me, you're going to get to know me by talking with me and meeting me. I'm not putting it all out there.
yeah.
Sorry.
Okay. But the reality is that, I mean, the average person growing up
Oh
now
no, they
is
put it
also,
all out there. Yeah, yeah, they put it all
hey,
out
I'm
there.
having a coffee. Take it.
I
Yeah.
don't care. To your point, he says we don't support each other as each other as we should. But if we all make the effort, business would be amplified. I hear what you're saying. It doesn't need to be all of us. It just needs to be the right people.
No,
Don't
it needs
want
to be all
everybody.
of us. It needs to be everybody. I mean, I think we all.
You start with what you got and you go from there. And
Yeah,
those who aren't with you will say, okay, you know what? People want to be part of a good thing. They'll
yeah,
join in.
yeah, yeah.
Because if we're looking for the all, we're going to do it with everybody. It's never not going to happen. You have to get the
Frequency
right.
event promotions. He does marketing material. Cups. Where's the cup, by the way? Hey, I'm still looking out
I
for that
haven't
cup.
seen. I sent him logos. You can ask him about that, please and thank you. It's off
Yeah,
my. Okay.
yeah. I need to get one of those cups as well. So you need to
Yes,
on the
so
host.
Frequency Event Promotions, you're Mr. Marketing Networking. Let's see if your net is working. All right. All right. So interracial relationship would be interesting. Yeah, I would love, and it's interesting. I haven't seen too much of that stuff on this side of the border live, live. Even on virtual it would be, but a live show would be really interesting.
You know what
Really.
I've observed here in Canada? A number of very prominent black men have white wives, and I'm going to name some of them.
Oh,
Right? I'm
oh,
going to
oh,
name.
oh, oh,
I'm going
okay.
to name very very prominent people and people
You,
who have
and you know what
started.
this may be an education for some people. They're gonna go, oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay.
and people who have started some of the most prominent black associations as well too, right? So you have. Let me start with Daniel Hill. He is one of the founders of the Ontario Black History
History Society.
Society,
Yep.
right? And his son Lawrence is one of the very well decorated writers. Both of them, both father and son, are decorated writers, fantastic
Yep.
authors, right? Um, the other person who I respect a lot and has given me some great guidance, and I guess I probably gave him a few points as well too, is Denham Jolly.
Yep.
So in his book, he in the block he talks about his preference and his he just found those women attractive and he married a white woman, right? So
Yep.
the other person who's very financially successful, Wes Hall,
Yep.
married to a white woman. Um, One of the guys from my high school alumni who founded, I think he's one of the co-founders of my high school alumni association here in Toronto, Trevor Massey. He also married a white woman. Very, very intelligent man. Like he's bright beyond his he's just one of those guys that's so super bright and very, 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 very good at what he does. And then there's another one. There's even the politicians as well too, right? What's his name?
Oh,
Couto?
Michael Couteau,
Yeah. Former police chief Mark Saunders,
Mark Saunders. Yep. Yep.
right?
Yep.
And so there's a number of, and I could keep going on. I mean, I
So
not stop there.
here's the question now. Do you know any of the reverse black women married to non-melanated men?
Yes, yes. So one of the one of it, again, this is my opinion, but she's a fantastic lawyer. Is Tanya Walker? She's
Yes.
brilliant, brilliant woman, and she's married to a white guy. So it
Yep.
doesn't make it I don't feel any way. It doesn't change how I feel about her. She's amazing. She's an amazing person. Is what I'm trying to say. I mean, does it? The question is, does it matter? And
Man, you know what? I'm just ringing. I just wish in the green room, Dr. Umar Johnson would come in. You know what? And I know there was a virtual platform in Toronto that had him on the show a few years ago. I'm going to reach out to him. I'm
yeah,
going to reach out to him.
there's
He's
a there's an
controversial.
argument that he has that I guess supports. Well, he's more about the men,
Yes, but there has
the
to be
nobodies, the nobodies, right? That he's more focused on that. But
Okay, so frequency of information says to be real. If you don't support a business, if you don't support, which is fine, it's sometimes challenging to support the other way around. But business is never personal. I wish it was
You
never
know,
personal.
frequency event promotions. I have him on my hit list. The hit list meaning that I'm gonna buy something for him in 2026 because I need promotional services. I do stuff all the while.
You
Right?
know
I
how
mean, I
you
have.
know how excited you just made him. He's just probably jump up and down and waving him flag.
But without the soca music. Um, because I mean, I do support. Just to be clear, frequency event promotions. I do purchase almost all my promotional stuff from black-owned businesses, except for when I have to do it in places like when I'm doing Restaurant Week, and I have to do it in places outside of Toronto. Now I'm relying on the Black Community Association there to work with somebody to get the stuff for the restaurants there. And
100%.
sometimes they end up just going to Staples,
Yeah.
right? Because there's nobody in the network that does it there, and it's not
Yeah.
cost efficient to print and ship paper. It's not. It's a paper is t-shirt, sure, or apron. That's what we do. We make them here and send them and ship them out. But the paper, the posters and stuff, now I got to do that locally. So we're gonna talk about that because we have posters, tabletoppers, and all that stuff that needs to be done again. It's gonna be 50 restaurants at least. So let's talk early so we get the quote
Well, yeah.
early.
Yeah, this is another thing too, people. This off related but non-related, and Raj and I, we, as you can tell, we chat a lot here. We actually chat the conversations you want to hear, are the ones you don't hear. All right, right. So let me put it this way: I would love the day where, and Roger maybe will relate, and Camille can relate on this. Don't send us invitations for things the day before and expect us to come. Really. And I've got to the point now when I get things like that, you don't value my time because I wouldn't invite you to something last minute.
You
Why
have
are
nothing
you?
You don't have nothing doing. That's why they're sending it to you. You don't have nothing doing.
Yeah, nothing. I just
Yeah.
have my feet up. I'm waiting.
Yeah,
I'm
you're
tapping.
waiting.
I'm tapping my fingers on the desk, waiting for you just to invite me last minute. You're crazy. That's
Yeah,
a whole other conversation. All right.
you know the thing too. I get this from all right and left wing, all races and culture. Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, like I said, Dundas is why you're here on Friday now. We should
Yeah,
maybe
yeah.
set a freestyle Friday. Call it Roger.
No, 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 no. Freestyle fight.
Roger,
What
Roger
freestyle
pot,
fight?
Roger, stir the pot. No, we should call it stir the pot.
What happened to Dr. Tachi today? She couldn't
She
make it.
could
She's
not
still
make
sick.
it.
Yeah,
She
yeah,
could
yeah,
not make it. She
yeah,
could not
yeah,
make it. But
yeah.
but no, this is why I'm glad at least you're on. And Ryan told me he told me he could make it. Um, I don't think intermarriage will completely destroy someone's culture unless someone truly doesn't value their culture.
Mm. Yeah. Yes. Agreed. Agreed.
I don't think it's total, but it will erode slowly but surely. I think it'll be I hear you, but it's easier to value when there's more resources than less resources.
Mm.
Let me go. So, but Dr. Vibe, you told us to investigate before invest. Yeah, investigate. GZUM. All right. Okay. JG Mars. This is one I love when you come into our conversations. There are many historical cases in America, probably hardcore, where
So,
segregation.
so the segregationists are the people who want to hold all the white people in one place and all the black people in one place. But then the segregationists themselves, they have mixed children.
Yeah.
That reminds me of how Republicans are so homophobic and they're against trans and this and that. But then every time they have the RNC, the grinder app usage goes up in the city that they're at. That's what they said. Allegedly, that's what I heard. So you know,
Well, look at this.
cops are on the way and
Okay.
bills to pay.
I don't, you know what? I don't accept that statement. By when?
And how?
Right? Because on the way, you're not giving. You're a serious businessman, Mr. Frequency of Promotions. You know time by when. All right, we've got Fitness IQ Cam with some emojis here. Oh, he says, in other words, the cups are ready.
Okay.
Oh,
For pickup or delivery?
exactly.
And where to pick up?
There you go. I want mine delivered. The Fitness IQ Cam says it doesn't matter if love is love, but if there's self hate on why dating, on why on dating.
Oh, yes, I understand what she's saying. There's
Yeah,
some
yeah,
people
yeah, 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 yeah,
who
yeah.
hate themselves and then because they don't, oh, I don't like them black girls. I've heard, obviously, I've heard those things.
So the Fitness because listen, there are handsome men in all races, but me love me black men. Oh, there's
Yeah, I
hope.
know you love me. I know you love me, Fitness
Uh,
Psychic.
she's a mercy. Camille. OMG, you reminded me to do my daily reminder. Thank you, Roger. I just say, backside. Oh boy. But because but you
Oh,
see
man.
the weather, gentlemen, it looks wild. Yeah, Toronto's supposed to be getting some serious weather
Is it snowing today? Chase was saying that there's some snow in the forecast, but I haven't seen anything yet in this side.
yet.
East.
Okay, look at this. Dr. Vibe. Come on, we always coordinate date and time and location, good sir. Hey, I'm not saying, I'm just saying. So will we okay, so will we see the new cups? Can we see them within the next week? Until fitness frequency of potions. Can we see them for the first show of 2026 with Wayne Harris?
Frequency event promotions. I think we need to partner with Biblax to do this singles event. Are you
Oh,
down for that? Are you
oh,
down for that?
oh.
Yes.
Oh, ho, ho.
Oh yeah. Let's
Dr.
do that.
Douglas has thrown out the gauntlet. Oh,
2026. Let's do it. Let's do it.
wow. Look, and Fitness IQ Cam. Wait, do I get a cup too? Oh, geez, you have your own show. You're buddy buddy with him already, so you don't even have to come here and ask. You're already buddy
Spend
buddy with
some money and buy the cup, man. Give the man some business. He's got bills to pay.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. But no, yeah, I would love to do a live event next year. I love the interracial relationships. Oh, that would be.
That's very Oprah-esque.
So is that a good thing or bad thing?
Oprah is one of the greatest, man. What are you talking about?
Okay.
She's one of the
Okay.
greatest. She gets people to talk and come on her show to talk about things that nobody else could at that time. She's been that person.
Look
You
at
know,
this. Fitness. I have mafia for pay me too. LOL.
leave
You
your
know.
father alone.
Oh, that's wrong. That's wrong. That is wrong. That is wrong. I just heard in my head, her sucking her teeth. I just heard that in
No,
my
she
ear
just
right.
laughed. Believe me, that's an inside joke. That's one of the
Oh
inside jokes.
my god! No, I just heard suck teeth and laughter.
I
That's what
just
I
heard
heard there.
laughter.
Oh my goodness! But no, hey, if we going back to we've hit so many different conversation topics. Like, hey, if a lady wants to propose to a guy, you go for it.
Yeah, at the end of the day, I just hope that whether the man proposes or the woman proposes, that the relationship is a great relationship, and that's really the core of it. It's like when I watch, I see people doing these weddings, this elaborate thing, and then 2 years later they're divorced, and
Yeah.
I'm like, what was the point? It was more about that show than it was about the actual relationship,
Remember my core three,
right?
right? My core three: trauma, repetition, symbolism.
Symbolism. This whole bridezilla thing and going crazy, and it just woo. That to me is the first sign that things are not gonna go smoothly.
Yeah,
Because
and how long it takes for the couple to pay that off.
yeah, I remember I was working with this Jewish woman, and at the time her dad owned this dealership, in Scarborough, right? So they were of means, and she was engaged, right? And her her parents allegedly, she said, gave her $50,000 to do a wedding, and she said, "I ain't doing no big wedding. I'm gonna take that 50 grand and buy a house." Do you hear that?
Yep.
Okay. She said, "I'm not," and I was so shocked to. But then when I saw, the more I talked to her, the more I got to know, I realized that she was that girl,
Yep.
right? She
Yep.
she believed in the wealth creation more
Yep.
than the show. She wasn't into the symbolism at all.
Okay. So
Fantastic. Yeah.
frequency of promotion. What date is the first show in 2026? Well, I will tell you from my calendar what date that is. It's actually a week today
Friday.
because so the regular programming hasn't stopped during the holiday season. We keep on doing, and that would be January 2nd will be the first day, unless Wayne Harris wants to adjust. But that's another thing, too, for people who are watching the regs. So, one of the things they'll be changing the new year, Carolyn Nicole will be on the second Friday of each month, not the second Monday of each month.
Okay.
So, that will change up. So, the first Friday lot show is
When?
January 2nd, a week from today. So that's the answer there. Fitness IQ Cam. I do love Oprah. I'm just scared to see if she's ever in a scandal. Oprah is she's got it locked down. She's got it locked down. So goes
Just keeps it real. She
oh
keeps it
yeah.
real.
JJ Mars, as long as it doesn't turn into a Maury Povich type show. JJ Mars, you are on fire today. And actually, I watched a bit of an interview that he was interviewing Charlemagne the God.
Hmm.
So I think he's still doing stuff. It's just not okay. Look at this, Roger. We can definitely talk about this. Frank Zevapro, she's excited. She goes,
Exclamation.
I live. Yes, Fitness IQ Cam goes. Frank
Oh
Zevapro
yeah.
says, "Come on, I got you. Let's jump on a Zoom call to Fitness IQ Cam." Man, am I getting any residuals out of this? No. Okay. Frequency of Promotion says just voted. Oh yes, for your
Yes. Yes.
to
Yes.
go if it isn't is the first. No, the first Friday in January is the second. I just looked at the calendar.
Yeah.
Come
Tuesday
on.
the 30th because I got a soccer tournament
Yeah.
that day, and then the
She goes,
31st is
oh
Wednesday.
yes, she corrected herself. Yes. Lady
There's
of
the
power that
Jamaican
she
bad word.
is. I know. No, I'm not even gonna go there. I'm not even gonna go there. I'm not gonna go there.
What they are?
Yes. But yeah, if women want to propose to men, I have talked to one or two women said they proposed to their guy. Not many, but
Not many still.
but this the whole when it comes to the black environment, oh my gosh,
Well,
Malmy Lou.
the thing is, the options. You see, it seems as if black men are more open to dating everybody, right? Every race, and black women are more constrained that they want to date black men. That's how I receive the information.
I would say generalization, yes.
Yeah, that's no. I mean, I'm basing this off of single black women that I've had conversations with, and I've
Same
asked
here. Same
specifically,
here. I'm same
what
here.
type of man do you
Yeah,
want,
I
right? And they said black men, right? And it's hard for them to view themselves ever dating outside
look at this.
of that.
So Fitness IQ Camp says I would do a promise ring first. I haven't heard that term in a long time.
Damn, who you
Like
promising what?
the ladies I know say, forget promise ring, give me an engagement ring. Forget this promise ring.
Six
But
months, man. 6 months, you should know whether you want to marry that guy or not.
so
Go into
Fit
the
shows it says
conversations.
dating and marriage are different though.
Yeah, but the thing is, I do believe that some people don't want to get married. So there's that too,
I
right?
think that number of people is growing.
Yeah, there's a lot of women. There's a study that said that, well, first of all, 80% of divorces are initiated by women. So
Yep.
that's first stat. And then the other stat they said is that single women are happier than married women. Older women.
You,
Sorry.
you know, oh boy. I don't want to. This is we're getting into Roger and Doctor Vibe offline territory here. So I want to respect boundaries here. So let's
Yes,
just
sir.
say, it says gotta run. Figure says great show. Let's continue to be awesome. Have a good day. What date? Finnett's IQ Cam says them okay with dating. Cough cough. But a true commitment. Let's see. That's the thing. If people aren't committed to themselves, it's pretty difficult for you to be committed to other people. And then she goes, LOL, a spinster are more happy than married. Is that what you're calling yourself, Fitness IQ Cam? Oh boy. And I know why. Okay, what is the reason if you know? What what is are you I have I'm not I don't make assumptions. There's so many different reasons I could maybe put out there. I'd like you to give us the reason. But I will just say that I've communicated with some women who are divorced, late 30s and up, with children, and they see the dating pool is this and that the men are this. And the thing is, we have to realize again, it's what you're looking for. Because if you're looking, and of course economics is an important thing when you're getting married. We have to realize the further you want your income expectations to be of your partner, if he's a man, a black man, the pool gets smaller.
No, I think, well, okay. So there's a ton of black men making good money, right? They're just not white collar. So this is the thing. A lot of women, they want a white collar guy. They don't want the hard working, solid man. That's a plumber. That's an electrician. That's a
Who will,
tradesman.
can I just
He's doing
interrupt for a
HVAC.
second? Can I just interrupt for a second? Who
Yes,
will probably in the long run, on the
best
average, make
person to
more
do it.
money than that other person who may get let go of a job and all that. Okay, I'm back out. Come
Yeah,
continue.
yeah, yeah. A guy who can fix your plumbing if it starts leaking, right? A guy who can fix your furnace. Guy who can paint. When you want to renovate, he just does all the work himself, rather than the guy who has to hire everybody to do everything. And then, as Doctor Vibe said, he loses his job, and then.
Well, like I said, I was chatting with someone yesterday. I'll mention again, who's very well knows a lot of. He says he knows a number of black men sea level who
Hmm.
have lost their job in the last 6 months,
Hmm.
downsizing, selling their cars.
Hmm.
Bam. You
Yeah,
think the plumber needs to sell his car?
no. But you remember, the person who feeds you can't starve you too.
Never heard that term before.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. Right?
you see, now
Okay.
Fitness IQ Camp, she won't give the answer to that. She goes, bah ha ha, why the spinsters are more happy. She says, I would only say it offline. Nice try.
Nice try. Nice try.
Well, I'm gonna hold that because I want to hear what you have to say because it may be the same thing I'm hearing from some of you spinsters,
Mhm.
right? So Fitness kind of shows I will connect with later today in regards to the branded cup delivery. What about Roger?
I'll
Okay.
get I'll get it from you, man. I'll get it from
Yeah. She goes, no, no, no. Blue collar are coming up. Okay. She says, true Roger. Yeah, I think, and a lot, and there's another thing we some of us have to our challenge with is baggage from the past.
you. The other thing too, if you think about it, AI is
Oh
killing a
gosh.
lot of white collar jobs. The blue
Oh,
collar, it's harder for AI to come. I haven't seen the AI that's going to come and pick up the garbage from my
nope.
driveway. I
That will
haven't
come
seen
though.
the AI that's going to climb up into my roof
No, that
and,
ain't gonna
and
happen.
fix, right? Or the AI that came here, my furnace had a little leak on it, and Anakir was here looking at it. what AI is going to do that? And even the guy that came here to fix the leak, he said that, the workload, he was working in construction, doing like 3 houses a day,
There you
and
go.
and then the work slowed down, and he had to flip to doing this to feed his family. Non-melanated guy, but he was expressing the same thing too. Right?
AI robot. You
Yeah.
see.
It's
Well,
not there yet. It's just not there yet to do all of that blue collar work.
and she also says, "Oh, check your furnaces during this time of year, 100%. If you
Yeah.
haven't done that already,
Not a
100%."
small leak. The pipe. We have a brand new water heater. Sorry, it was a water
Yeah.
heater problem. There's a brand new water heater, but there's some connection wasn't tightened properly, so there's a dripping, and
No,
you
I
really
don't.
don't want that drip to become a bigger problem.
And it, jumping back into the relation thing, I have had communications with melanated women who are doing well career wise for the time, been married, divorced, have their kids. I say, so do you ever see yourself getting married again? No, no way, no way. They can, I'll hang out with them, but I would never live with a partner again. I said,
Experience, it's experience, right?
absolutely,
What you experience
absolutely,
and how,
absolutely.
and then there's two sides to the story. I mean, how were you with the partner? How did you treat the partner? How
Yeah,
did the
he,
partner treat you?
from her end, he was not a good guy.
Got
But
it.
then, in many cases, the guy was not good. But then I go back further, say, okay, what was the relationship like with your father?
Oh boy, there we go.
And then I really go in and go, oh, okay, okay. And then in a number of cases, I go, you know what? You didn't experience a good relationship growing up, so that was ingrained in you. And just some people make wrong choices.
Well, there's father and there's also brother,
Next level.
right? And there's also male friends.
Mm,
There's that too. I find the woman that has great platonic male friends, they have a easier time with their relationships because they have that person to bounce things off of that
yep.
can give them real time and is transparent enough to say, yeah, that don't make no sense. Right?
JJ Marr says past baggage can really influence a potential relationship. 100%.
100%.
100%.
I've tried not to. I try not to paint drip drip.
Drip, drip. And then also this cough, cough.
Oh boy. Yeah.
Man, look at this. Look at this. JJ Mars goes, some people see a lot of red flags, but will still pursue oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
that.
Oh, yeah. 100% JJ Mars. And
And you know what's interesting though? The person, like, if I was to go back in time and talk to the girlfriends back then, they'd say, "Oh, Jesus, no." But then the more recent, people change, people evolve, right? You're not a static person or
right.
static being, and it's good to
Ex-
not brush people with the same brush.
Yeah, experience is not the best teacher. Evaluated experience is the best teacher.
But I do maintain too that growing up in Jamaica, that good male role models were few and far between. That whole culture is oof,
But Roger, let's put it this way. It's still a lot few and far between,
yeah,
right? It's still few and far between. And again, leaning back into Scott Galloway, one of the problems with men is men. Now, women would say, oh, yeah, well, I know that. But I say, no, it's a little bit deeper than that.
yeah,
That many of us men haven't rolled our arms up and invested in other men.
yeah. Well, one of our mutual friends said the same thing that the brotherhood in Toronto has diminished, right?
I can mention, he doesn't mind if I mention Jonathan Juiceman Shaw.
Yeah,
I think may have told you I asked him the other day, I called him up, I said, Juice Man. He says, what is the status of Black Brotherhood in Toronto? Not even a second. It done!
yeah,
He didn't have to think about it. He didn't, and he is a person that knows a lot of God brothers.
Yeah,
He said it done.
yeah. Don't you just find, I mean, that people in general, they chase money more than they chase integrity?
I would, yes, I would agree. They chase again symbolism.
Yeah,
Coming back, right? They
yeah.
will chase the symbolism more than solid relationships.
And people, and before I come off, the people, a lot of people respect the money more than the integrity.
Look,
That's a problem.
I'm gonna give a perfect example of this, and I'm gonna use someone we both know. I have known Wayne Harris for about at least 30 years.
Hmm.
Wayne Harris, I'm gonna be totally open here. He has made so much more money than me,
Yeah.
but Wayne Harris has never disrespected me. He has never looked down on me. He has always treated me with respect. One of the
Hmm.
things my dad said when I was growing up says, I don't care if you're a bum in the street, always treat people with manners and respect.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
If people looked at my journey compared to Wayne Harris, you would say, Wayne, why are you hanging out with this guy?
I
Like
don't
you've worked
I
for
know about that.
IT companies, you've done this, you've done that. But let me tell you, and I bring up this story periodically whenever Wayne talks about prostate cancer. When he was in Sunnybrook Hospital 15 years ago, prostate cancer, I said, you know what? Let me go see him. So here's Wayne is knows a lot of people family, and if you don't go on his LinkedIn page, you'll
Mhm.
see. And
Yeah,
he's been knowing people for a long time. I go in there and Wayne I said, Wayne, I thought I'd have to line up to see people. He said, Vibe, outside of my family, only two other people, including you, have come to see me.
yeah, it's true. That's how
Right?
life is.
Right? So when you have a solid relationship, don't let it go.
Fear of friends, man.
Do not don't let it go because those are the people that when you're going through a downtime, those are the people in your corner. Again, who are the people in you when you're down and out?
Yeah,
When you're down and
yeah.
out,
Big,
right?
big
Like,
point, man.
right?
Yeah.
Look at this. So Fitness IQ Cam says Gigi Marcello, if they had red flags, it's because their assets flogged their mind. What? 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 Their assets flogged their. Wow.
Fog their mind.
Wow.
Right.
JJ Mars goes, Fitness IQ Cam. Yep. Their assets flogged their
Fogged,
mind.
fogged. They
Fogged their mind.
totally,
Fogged their
yeah,
mind.
they totally clouded their vision. Yeah.
Look at
Yeah,
this.
you look at, there's so many people. So that one of you guys will be their brother's keeper. Yeah, I would say I have a small group of really high integrity friends that I can call on at a moment's notice. It's roughly about six guys, right? So it's not a lot compared to the thousands of people that I know.
Well, and here's interesting. Okay, brings up another potential point here. JJ Mars, in my younger days, I would easily fall for short dresses and later realize, let me just, because now, bear with me, I'm watching that like with, I can't, every guy, I can't, because of the size of the screen here.
I can read it. In my younger
Please
days, I
do.
would easily fall for short dresses and later realize she was like that with every guy. When you're
Whoa!
young, you can be dumb. Mature can take time, or maturity. So yeah, you know what? And this is something, I think I said this to you, Dr. Bob. I am not attracted to women who are like the tight dress, mini skirt, weave and lashes, and that's not me. If I'm not, the advertising doesn't grab me.
You know what?
Advertising was
I
grabbing the
the
top.
people that I attracted to are willing to share their story with me.
Real people, man.
Yeah,
Real, just
they
down
sh-
to earth.
even like last night, I was at a dinner, and it's funny. I thought about you. I met a lady. She's in her 70s. She used to be a CPA for
Mm.
Deloitte,
Oh wow,
but she has traveled. I mean, she's been to Turkey, she's been to China, she's been to London, she's been to Germany. She did a contract for your being CPA for Just for Laughs.
wow.
She she has traveled. I was just fascinated by her story, and she's just willing to just share it. Those are the people. If you can't share me your story, we can't get to the next level. That's me these days. You
Hmm.
have to be able to share your story with me and be open with me, and I can be open with you. Then I can go to the next level. If you can't, you just stay down here. That's when it's transactional. I got enough transactional people. In fact, I don't got many because even then I can't take a lot of them.
Yeah.
But right, but the relation, like I was just blown away. This person and just and she did a lot of this as when she got divorced. She said her promise to her children was she asked her children, where do you want to go in the world? And each one wanted to go to a different place, and she took them separately to each place.
Wow, wow, wow.
That is someone that I say, you know what? You got a good heart. You're a good person. As a
Dang,
single mother doing that for your children,
dang.
that's powerful. And I will say, too, people, don't just listen to people who look like you because evaluate experience is colorblind.
Hmm.
Right? And there's a gentleman that Roger listens to every day. He don't look like him, but that gentleman is wise beyond years, right?
No, that guy is money. He totally. I tell you, that was what got me off social media. That was one of the things too. He's like, it's a waste of time. If you want to level up your business, you can't be wasting time on just mindlessly scrolling. That's not helping you, right?
Well,
Not to
again,
say that I don't do it from time to time. I just don't have my own personal. I'm not responding to anybody. I may be looking on Bible social media and just scrolling and saying, okay, what's going on in the world? But no, this continuous banter. And some people will say, oh, that's our way of socializing, like the earlier thing, where people say you meet somebody and you troll their social media to figure out who they are. You know, great, but I don't spend a lot of time
no,
doing
no,
that.
I got too much. When people say, "Oh, don't you go to movies? Don't you watch TV?" I said, "I'm spending time developing myself.
I watch Netflix. I won't lie. I
Once
won't
in a
lie.
while, if I don't look, so who says here, fitness showing up is very important." Fogged. Yes, I had a wrong pronunciation because I couldn't
Um,
see the screen that well. She goes, I definitely need to learn how to ask for help more. It's just that ego pride in me. Well,
yeah, hey, fitness IQ. That's my thing, right? I tell you, to grow a business, you need to have people doing the work.
you have to.
You
I,
cannot get, and I think what it is with a lot of small businesses is that they try to, head cook and bottle washer. They wanna do everything. They wanna do the accounting, the marketing, the production, service the client, blah blah. It cannot work. It's not sustainable. What I see happening to a lot of small business people, health problems,
of course, that's where it's going to show
right?
up. Those are the areas they don't realize. I always think about there's an Instagram site this guy has called "Sleep is for Suckers." I laugh at that. I laugh at
Yeah.
that.
So
No,
that's the
yeah,
thing.
hey,
Pride, ego, and pride are the what 7 deadly sins, eh?
right? Like from and don't feel bad, you fitness IQ can because many people ego and pride. But the thing is, again, even said this the other day to a business person. I said, look, what are the I said, it's gonna get. I said, do you need to make more money? They go, yes. I said, who's gonna be the first person to do it? Are you the best person to drive the business? Yes. Do you have enough time to do it? No. I said, then you have to make a decision. You have to, if you're going to drive the business sales wise, the stuff that is taking up your time blocking it, you've got to hire people to take care of those things. And that's one of the biggest, it used to be when I spoke with business people, the area that takes up the most of their time. Oh, I need some with social media. I need help with social media. Okay, now it's I need help with AI. I need help with AI. And plus you're going to need help with social media now on top of
Mhm.
that.
Mhm.
People, and again, there are people out there like it's either you're going to sink, either you're going to drive your business or your business is going to sink you.
I have to run, but
Hey, same here. But why I
been a
gotta,
slice.
no, it's been good.
Uh,
Just last few comments here. Wowzers. Fitness IQ goals. I don't do goals. I do words for the year. He says he changed the name recently. Who changed the name recently? I don't know who that is. I have no idea. But no, so for people, Monday we'll be doing Mix It Up Monday, and a week from today, our first Friday show of the new year will be Mr. Wayne Harris with Roger, myself, and Ryan. Hopefully Ryan will show up. Let's just finish it off properly here. Subscribe to the Dr. Vibe Show on YouTube and hit the notification button. Thank you again, people, for subscribing, getting over 2,000 subscribers this year. We'll do
mhm.
more of a deep dive into that on Monday. Follow me on Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, TikTok, Blue Sky, and Substack. Join the Discord group by emailing me dr period vib at the drvibeshow.com or click on the link. I didn't put all that in today because I'm on a small machine here and it just wouldn't work properly. So whatever, advertise your business, product, or service, you can email me. Let's put it this way: buy blacks, check buy blacks out, and frequency
Mhm.
probably is gone. You will see more collaborations between buy blacks and
We're
the
gonna
Dr.
try 2026. We're gonna try.
No, we'll get it done. And
Yeah.
even collaborations where you'll see some of their writers interviewed on this platform.
Yes.
That's
Yeah. For
collaborate.
sure. For sure. For sure.
That's going to be done. I
There's a
don't.
series coming up soon. There's an article. It's in the works, brother.
There's articles all
It's
over the place.
explosive. No,
Look,
no, this one is explosive. That's all I
there's
can say.
articles that I got to do a deep dive and get those people on. But even then, some of those people go, "Oh, I don't know if I'm interested." I said, "Okay." Mr. Ryan Knight, RyanOneilKnight.com. That's a KN, not an N. You can find out more about me at toplink.cc/, the Dr. Vibe Show. And you can watch replays of this epic conversation on the Dr. Vibe Show on Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, and also the Afro Caribbean Business Network and Ryan Oneil Knight. Dr. Dundas, thank you so much for hanging out with us today.
Yeah, you're very welcome. It was my pleasure.
It's
There's
our
some good
pleasure. And
conversation points.
well, you know what? I got it again. And shout out to Fitness IQ Cam, JJ Mars, and Frequency Event Promotions. You guys drove the ship. We just steered the ship. So as always,
Yeah.
live your life as a dream. If you can dream it, you can make it. Sometimes you have to get small to get stronger. Block assumptions, aim bigger, aim better, aim higher, aim wider. Love, faith, and respect. Don't just manage your time, manage your energy. Remember to give yourself grace. And if you're not making money, make history. Try to do both. And as always, make it better. God bless. Peace, well, keep the faith. And if you're in Toronto, get ready with the snow shovels. Bye.
This whole thing of using your business with plant-based products, don't you think your life should reflect that too?
Juke him, Carolyn, juke him. The family loves us here because they're saying Fitness IQ Can says put a wig on to get in.
God. Oh my gosh.
Like the ideas are just coming fast and furious here this morning. What? Okay, look at this. Global Women Ambassador. Good morning. Look forward. Okay.